Good morning, my lawn lovers. Rich Lawns. Yes. Right then, came to see a potential new customer last week. This potential new customer has an awful lot of heavy moss all over multiple lawns that of course would need the relevant treatment. 3 weeks after that, the lawn heavily scarified, overseeded and fertilized. As with most potential new customers, this potential new customer made it perfectly clear other people would be coming around to quote. I know, without wishing to sound arrogant, and indeed I proceeded to do so, I have all the evidence on my lawn care weekly video of me actually doing exactly the same work. Me being filming myself, putting down moss control treatment, showing you the results of the fact that it's a liquid application and it penetrates the moss at root level, turning it instantly black. And then I was able to show the customer me going back onto the lawn, scarifying the lawn, overseeding the lawn, putting fertilizer down, and then I was also able to show the potential new customer 4 to 5 weeks after scarification and overseeding the results. Good news, I've secured their business. I'm here today to put down moss control treatment, so I'll spin this round and show you what's going on. So, multiple lawns on this customer's residential property have just been treated with moss control treatment, and you can, I'll just point that, you can see the areas over here that are already starting to turn. I did this lawn last, but if we go over to some of the other lawns, again we can already see what was green moss turning very dark in color. And onto the next lawn over here, turning, which is fantastic. So quite a big job on here in a few weeks, but that's absolutely fine with me. This lawn here, particularly around the edges, over there in the corner there, you can see that. And going to be slightly tricky doing this area here, but I'll manage. And again, you can see the moss already turning in colour, which is fantastic. That's the moss control doing exactly what it should be doing. I don't particularly like filming people's houses, so I'm just going to spin the camera around here. And again, this lawn here already starting to turn. So you'll see me back on this lawn in around 3 weeks to scarify. Good afternoon, my lawn lovers. Rich Lawns, of course it is. I know that, you know that, we all do. Right, spin this round for you in a second. Second time on this customer's lawn this year, 2022. I was initially on this lawn, where were we? At some point, I think a couple of weeks into February, moss control treatment went down. So I'm here to scarify the lawn. I'll spin it around for you so you can see exactly what's going on. This particular lawn is favoured really well throughout our colder months in terms of moss and overall lawn debris. So I'm going to be giving it a much lighter scarifying. The front lawn, which I've already done, I've heavily scarified the front lawn because that didn't fare particularly well, lots of moss. I've already scarified that, so I'll show you what that looks like, so when I come back you can see the results in around 4 weeks. Yeah, I'll spin it around. I have already cut the grass. It was a little bit too long for me, so have a look at this, see what I'm up against. So like I said, I've already cut the grass, as I previously explained. You know, moss does really favour the edges of the lawn. The more mature bushes, trees you've got, the more moss will breed under those areas. But overall, you know, not too bad. But yes, of course, it's at this point now where we need to really knuckle down, crack on and make the difference that I know I can make for the customer, and of course what they're entrusting me to do. Right then, definitely 100% scarify your lawn from March onwards, because that is the right thing to do at the right time in terms of preparing, assisting, giving your lawn every opportunity to add some real value to the lawn come the back end, you know, mid to late spring, early summer. But you have also got to be prepared, and it is quite time consuming. Scarifying is pretty straightforward once you've got the right piece of kit and you know what you're doing. That's pretty straightforward. Raking all the debris off the lawn as best you can, you know, is really time consuming. This is not, you know, I'm not on a huge lawn here, but there's, you know, you can see, yes, of course there is grass in there. The scarifier can't distinguish between what's grass and, you know, what is moss. Let's see if there's another better example here. You know, so you have got to be prepared to get all the lawn debris off the lawn. The last thing you want to be doing is scarifying that organic material off your lawn and then just leaving it there. So quite a bit of time off camera just getting that organised, but yeah, really pleased with the clean-up process of that. Now then, my lawn lovers, well done, you know, for what you've done so far. You've gone ahead, you've put moss control treatment down, like me today on a customer's lawn, obviously. Scarified the lawn. Scarifying, as you now know, it's about the removal of all that organic material that's suffocating your lawn. If it's suffocating the lawn can't breathe. Absolutely no chance of any meaningful progress in terms of the germination of newer, stronger, healthier grass. What a perfect opportunity then to take full advantage of putting some seeds down. This is my choice here, Pro Select Speed Germ Cold Start. Excellent disease resistance. Also really favour this particular seed at this time of year because it's got a much lower temperature germination rate, so that's fantastic. We all know what the weather can be like at this time of year. And I've also got a spreader that you can see in the back. So I'll just do a couple of strips. I've already done the edges by hand, really important. I'm a perfectionist. I want my customers to have the absolute best, so I've gone run and done all the edges by hand. So there you have it, folks. The rear lawn has been lightly scarified, overseeded, and some organic compost on top. So of course I'll be back onto this lawn in around, I don't know, 4 weeks to give you an update. The front lawn, however, was much heavily more scarified, and by that I mean the blades were on a much lower setting, meaning much closer to the lawn, just due to how this lawn had fared over the winter and how much moss was on it. Okay, lovely. See you on this lawn in around 4 weeks. Good afternoon, my lawn lovers. Yes, some good news. What again? Yep, another new customer. And again, I'm not being arrogant here. It is another new customer that I have acquired over my competitors, because 100% it's based on trust, respect and results. I'm going to spin this round for you in a second, and my oh my, this is going to be a seriously big challenge, but one that I'm going to enjoy. Haven't filmed me do the first part of phase 1 of the operation because you've just seen me do it earlier on today. But moss control treatment has gone down. A liquid application via my knapsack spray that you saw me do earlier today. And it has already instantly started to turn the moss, but when I spin this round for you, I mean, I am up against it. So yeah, what you're seeing is no joke, I'm not making it up. You can see the moss already, you know, it's starting to turn already in various places, so that's fantastic. So I'll be back on this lawn in around 3 weeks to do a serious lawn renovation. God help me. Now then, my lawn lovers, press up there for last week's episodes, press up there for this week's episode, and yes, that button in there. Press that button in there to subscribe to my channel.